Come to this based on tense rules. Tense rules in the sense the structures that we discussed in both active voice and passive voice. Rekha takes coffee every morning. Takes is V1. Rekha is doing the action. Subject plus V1, simple present active voice. Passive voice is ROM plus V3. Based on that, C is eliminated. C says being. D is eliminated because D says coffee is took. Took is V2. V2 will never come in the passive voice. Then there's nothing like is plus V2. It's always is plus V3. Grammatically wrong. Eliminate. Come to A. Coffee is to be taken. What is extra here? To be is extra here, which doesn't come in the structure of simple present tense. Gone. The answer must be option B. No, I'm sorry. The answer must be option B. Come to Bombay. Coffee is taken by Rekha every morning. Is taken is plus V3. Is plus V3 is simple present passive voice. Now, voice is not based on the usage part. It's based only on the structure part. We need to focus only on the structures of the categories of tenses. The next one. The students are watching the match. Full stop. The students are doing the action. Subject comes the beginning of the active voice. Are watching is R plus V1 plus ing. And R plus V1 plus ing is present continuous active voice. Passive voice structures is ROM plus being plus V3. In every continuous tense in the passive voice, being must be there. Based on that, A and B are eliminated because in A and B we don't have being. C says the match are being watched by the students. D says the match is being watched by the students. The object here is match, the match. In the passive voice, the verb depends on the object. The object here is the match singular. The verb must also be singular. Based on that, C is eliminated because C says are plural. The answer must be D. Come to Delhi. The match is being watched by the students. Is being watched is plus being plus V3. Present continuous in the passive voice. The answer must be D. I have told a lie. I did the action. Subject comes the beginning in the active voice. Have told is have plus V3. Have plus V3 is present perfect active voice. In the passive voice, the structure must be has or have plus been plus V3. In every perfect sentence in the passive voice, been must be there. Based on that, C and D are eliminated. In C, we don't have been. D says being comes only in the continuous tense. Now we have only two options left, A and B. A says a lie have been told by me. B says a lie has been told by me. The object here is a lie, singular. The verb must also be singular. Based on that, A is eliminated because A says have, plural. The answer must be option B. A lie has been told by me, and has been told is has plus been plus V3, present perfect in the passive voice. The police did not catch the thief. Did is V2, will not come in the passive voice. Subject plus V2 is simple past tense. Passive voice structures was or were plus V3. Based on that, D is eliminated. D says is present tense. The object here is thief. The thief, singular. The verb must also be singular. Based on that, C is eliminated. C says were, plural. Come to A. The thief was not caught by the police. Was not caught is was plus V3. Simple present passive voice must be considered. Sorry. Come to Bombay. The thief was to be caught by the police. What is extra here? The meaning is different actually. Then to be is extra here, which does not come in the structure of simple past tense. Eliminated. The answer must be option A. The thief was not caught by the police. She was not writing a letter to her husband. Was not writing is was plus V1 plus ing, past continuous active voice. So in the passive voice also it must be past continuous, and past continuous in the passive voice is was so verb plus being plus V3. In every continuous tense in the passive voice, being must be there. Based on that, A is eliminated. Being is not there. B is eliminated. B says been, comes only in the perfect tense. D is eliminated. D says is present tense. One more reason. Being is not there. Gone. The answer must be C. Come to C. A letter was not being written by her to her husband. Full stop. Was not being written is was plus being plus V3. Past continuous passive voice. Write is V1. Wrote is V2. Written is V3. Write, wrote, written. Come to the next one. The farmers had reaped the crops before the rains fell. The farmers did the action. Subject comes to beginning the active voice. Had reaped is had plus V3. Past perfect active voice. In the passive voice, past perfect must be in the structure. Had plus been plus V3. In every perfect sentence in the passive voice, been must be there. Based on that, A and B are gone. Been is not there. C is eliminated. C says has, present tense, gone. The answer must be option D. Come to D now. The crops had been reaped by the farmers before the rains fell. Had been reaped is had plus been plus V3. Past perfect in the passive voice. The answer must be option D. People will remember Mother Teresa. Will remember is will plus V1 plural. Simple future active voice. People are doing the action. Subject. Simple future active voice. In the passive voice, simple future must be in the structure. Will or shall plus be plus V3. Based on that, option A is eliminated. A says would. Would is the past tense of will. The tense in the category must remain the same. Come to Bombay. Mother Teresa will be remembered. By people is not required because people is a very general subject. It is not required in the passive voice, understood in the passive voice. Mother Teresa will be remembered. Will plus be plus V3, simple future passive voice. C says will have to be remembered. What is extra here? Have to is extra here, which is not in the structure of simple future, eliminated. D says Mother Teresa will remembered by people. Remembered is both V2 and V3. Remember, remembered, remembered. There's nothing like will plus V2 or will plus V3. It's always will plus V1 plural or will plus B plus V3. Eliminated. The answer must be option B. Clear? Mother Teresa will be remembered. Come to the next one. The chemist will have closed the shop by 10 o'clock. This sentence is not in the passive voice even though by is there. This by is not the passive voice by. Now understand the meaning. The chemist will have closed the shop means the chemist will be doing the action or receiving the action? Doing the action because he will close the shop. Subject comes to beginning in active voice. This is not the passive voice by. This is the future perfect by. I told you while discussing tenses. When there is only one ID in a sentence when there is one ID in a sentence in the future along with by, that ID must be in the future perfect tense. The chemist will have closed the shop. Will have closed is will plus have plus V3. We have will plus have plus V3 is future perfect. There's one ID in this sentence along with by, future perfect tense, active voice. Right. Future perfect passive voice structure is will or shall plus have plus been plus V3. In every perfect sentence of passive voice, been must be there. So C and D are eliminated because been is not there. Come to option A. The shop will have been closed by the chemist by 10 o'clock. This by is a future perfect by. This by is a passive voice by. This by is a future perfect by. Will have been closed is will plus have plus been plus V3. Future perfect must be considered. Come to Bombay. The shop will been closed by the chemist by 10 o'clock. What is missing here? Have is missing here. Bombay is gone. The answer must be option A. The shop will have been closed by the chemist by 10 o'clock. This by is the passive voice by. This by is the future perfect by. Interrogative sentences. We have gone for many interrogative sentences earlier as well. Does he write a letter? Does is V1, active voice, simple present tense. Structure in the passive voices. Yes, ROM plus V3. Based on that, B is eliminated. Is or am not there. D is eliminated because D says was. Fine. Come to A. Is a letter B written by him? What is extra here? B is extra here, which does not come in the structure of simple present tense. Eliminated. The answer must be C. Now come to C. Is a letter written by him? Question mark. Is a letter written is plus V3. Simple present passive voice. This is an interrogative sentence. The auxiliary verb must come before the noun or pronoun. A letter is the noun here. Is the auxiliary verb here. The auxiliary verb is coming before the noun. Grammatically correct. The answer must be option C. The next one. Was the doctor examining the patient's? Question mark. Interrogative. Was the doctor examining is was plus V1 plus ing, and was plus V1 plus ing is past continuous in the active voice. In the passive voice, it must be in the structure was or were plus being plus V3. In every continuous tense in the passive voice, being must be there. Based on that, B and C are eliminated. In B and C, we don't have being. The object here is the patients, plural. The verb must also be plural. Based on that, A is eliminated. A says was, singular. The answer must be option D. Were the patients being examined by the doctor? Were plus being plus V3, past continuous in the passive voice. The auxiliary verb is coming before the noun. That is also fine, grammatically correct. The answer must be option D. Will nobody help the poor? Will nobody help is will plus V1 plural, simple future in the active voice. In the passive voice, it must be in the structure will or shall plus be plus V3. Fine. Now come to option A. Understand the meaning should remain the same. The question is, will nobody help the poor? Come to A. Will the poor not be helped? Nobody is a very general subject which is not required in the passive voice. Anybody, nobody, you know. Will the poor not be helped? Will plus be plus V3, correct structure must be considered. Come to Bombay. Will the poor not helped? What is missing here? B is missing here. So option B is eliminated. Come to C. Will the poor not to be helped? What is extra here? To is extra here, which is not in the structure of future, simple future in the passive voice, eliminated. Come to Delhi. Will the poor be helped? Will nobody help the poor? Will the poor be helped? The exactly opposite meaning. D is eliminated. The answer is A. Will the poor not be helped? Will the poor not be helped means will the poor not be helped by anybody. That's the meaning. Why does she teach the children? Question mark. Does is V1, simple present tense, active voice. Passive voice must be is, RO, am plus V3. Based on that, B is eliminated. Is, RO, am is not there. The object here is the children, plural. The verb must also be plural. Based on that, A is eliminated. A says is, singular. Now we have two options left. No, C is also gone. C says being comes only in the continuous tense. The answer must be option D. Why are the children taught by her? Why are the children taught by her is R plus V3. R plus V3 is simple present, passive voice. Teach is V1, nothing like teached. Teach is V1, taught is V2, taught is V3 as well. Teach, taught, taught. When were you playing football? Were you playing is verb plus V1 plus ing. If you know structures by heart, you can easily solve the questions in no time. When were you playing football? Verb plus V1 plus ing, past continuous active voice. In the passive voice, being must be there. Based on that, option D is eliminated. Being is not there. Then the object here is football, singular. The verb must also be singular. Based on that, Bombay is eliminated because B says were, plural. Football, single word. Now we have two options left, A and C. Come to A. When was football being played by you? Was plus being plus V3, past continuous passive voice. C says, when football was being played by you, was plus being plus V3, past continuous passive voice. This is an interrogative sentence. So as you know, the auxiliary verb must come before the noun or pronoun. Come to C. When football was being played by you, Football is the noun here. Was is the auxiliary verb. The auxiliary verb is coming after the noun. This is an interrogative sentence. The auxiliary verb must come before the noun. Grammatically wrong. The answer is A. Now come to A once again. When was football being played by you? Football is a noun here. Was is the auxiliary verb. The auxiliary verb is coming before the noun. Grammatically correct. What were you doing? Were plus V1 plus ing, the same. Past continuous active voice. In the passive voice, being must be there. In all the options we have been. Come to A. What were being done by you? Were plus being plus V3. Leave. If was being done by you, anyway gone. If it is, it also is wrong. What being was done by you, completely wrong, eliminate. D says what was being done by you. A says what were being done by you. D says what was being done by you. It's always what was. What was that? What was this? What is it? What was it? What is it? Etc. Based on that, option A is eliminated. The answer must be D. What was being done by you. Was plus being plus V3. How much milk have you drunk? Have you drunk is have plus V3. Present perfect active voice. In the passive voice, it must be has, so have plus been plus V3. Been must be there in every perfect sentence in the passive voice. Based on that, A is eliminated. Been is not there. D is eliminated. D says being comes only in the continuous tense. Now we have only two options left, B and C. B says how much milk has been drunk by you. C says how much milk have been drunk by you. The object here is milk, uncountable. I gave it as a separate rule in subject verb agreement. Uncountable nouns carry a singular verb with them. Water is. Uncountable nouns carry a singular verb with them. Based on that, C is eliminated. C says have, plural. The answer must be option B. Come to B now. How much milk has been drunk by you? Has been drunk is has plus been plus V3. Present perfect passive voice. The answer must be B. Drink is V1. Drank is V2. Drunk is V3. It's drink, drank, drunk. The next one. Who was teaching him English? Was teaching is was plus V1 plus ing. Past continuous active voice. In the passive voice, being must be there. A is eliminated. Being is not there. The object here is he, singular. The verb must also be singular. Based on that, Bombay is eliminated. B says were, plural. Past continuous. Based on that, D is eliminated. D says is, present tense. The answer must be C. Who was he being taught English by? Who was he being taught English by? Was plus being plus V3, and was plus being plus V3 is past continuous in the passive voice. Whom did you laugh at? Laugh is a verb, at is a preposition, so laugh at becomes a phrase. We cannot divide the words in a phrase. Based on that, C is eliminated. Because at is not there. It just says laughed, eliminated. Whom did you laugh at? Did is V2, simple past tense active voice. Passive voice structure is was so verb plus V3. Come to A. Whom was laughed at by you? Was plus V3, simple past. B says who was laughed at you? What is missing here? By is missing here. Bombay is eliminated. D says who was laughed at by you? Was plus V3, simple past, passive voice. The only difference between A and B is who. A says whom, D says who. Now this is in the passive voice. Who is a subjective pronoun? I gave in the list of subjective pronouns. Whom is an objective pronoun? I gave in the list of objective pronouns. Dash was laughed. Dash was laughed at by you, question mark. Passive voice, by is there. So order must be object, verb, subject. What we discussed in the topic pronouns. In the active voice, the subject must be in the subjective form. The object must be in the objective form. In the passive voice, just the opposite. In the passive voice, the subject must be in the objective form. the object must be in the subjective form. That is a rule we discussed in the topic pronouns. This sentence is in the passive voice. And this blank is acting as the object here. Passive voice, object. In the passive voice, as I told you, in the passive voice, the object must be in the subjective form. In the passive voice, the object must be in the subjective form. So this blank must be filled with the subjective pronoun. Who is subjective, whereas whom is objective, eliminated. The answer is D, who was laughed at by you. Now only if you think about all the concepts that appear in all the topics, we can get the answer. Come to the next one. Command, order, request, suggestion. Those imperative sentences. Every imperative sentence in the indirect speech must be in the infinitive form. This is the rule we discussed. Don't insult the poor. This is an order. The poor is the object here. Active voice, order, object is given. So the passive voice, the sentence must be in the structure let plus object plus be plus V3. Now come to A. Let the poor not to be insulted. What is the extra here? To is extra here, which is not in the structure, eliminated. Let the poor be insulted, exactly opposite meaning. Don't insult the poor. Let the poor be insulted is an exactly opposite meaning, eliminated. C is gone. C says being comes only in the continuous tense. The answer must be D. Let the poor not be insulted. Let plus object plus be plus V3. Order in the passive voice. The answer must be option D. Tell her to read Gita. Tell her to read Gita. Again, it's an order. Object here is tell her, because she is receiving the action. So the passive voice must be in the same, the sentence must be in the same structure. Let plus object plus be plus V3. Come to A. Let her be told to read the Gita. Let plus object plus be plus V3 must be considered. Come to B. Let her told. B is not there. Option B is gone. C is eliminated. C says being. Continuous tense. Come to D. Let her to be told to read the Gita. What is extra here? To is extra here, which is not there in the structure, eliminated. The answer must be option A. Let her be told. Let plus object plus be plus. Let her be told to read the Gita. Love your neighbors. Understand meaning. Love your neighbors means you love your neighbors. The pronoun you is understood here. Subject you is understood here. Love is V1 actually. Now, love your neighbors means you love your neighbors. There's no need for me to love your neighbors or others to love your neighbors. Love your neighbors means you love your neighbors. I love my neighbors, you love your neighbors. She loves her neighbors, he loves her neighbors. They love their neighbors, we love our neighbors, etc. So, love your neighbors means you love your neighbors. That's the meaning. The subject is understood here. Your neighbors will be loved. Your neighbors will be loved means you will love, others will love. Others will love, completely different meaning. Option A is eliminated. Your neighbors would be loved also means others will love. The only thing is would is the past tense of will, eliminated. Your neighbors should be loved means who should love? You should love. Your neighbors should be loved means you should love. The meaning is fine, must be considered. Your neighbors to be loved. What is missing here? Are to be loved means are is missing. Must be loved, should be loved, are is missing here, gone, neighbors plural, so it must be are to be loved, eliminate, the answer must be option C. Come to next one. Please give me 500 rupees. This is an order, request, because please comes only in the case of request. Give is V1, active voice. Request in the passive voice must be in the infinitive form, must be in the structure. You are requested. You are requested plus infinitive. Based on this rule, we are eliminating three options. Your request is not here. It's not an advice because place is there. It's not a suggestion because place is there. Gone. The answer must be B. You are requested to give me 500 rupees. You are requested plus to give us infinitive. You are requested plus infinitive. The answer must be option B. Work hard. This is an advice. I told you something that is said for the benefit of others is called advice. Work hard means you work hard. The subject you is understood here. If you work hard, you will benefit. This is an advice. An advice in the passive voice must be in the structure. You are advised plus infinitive. So A is gone, C is gone, D. Yeah, we have two options left, B and D. Come to B. You are advised. We have two options left, B and D. Come to B. You are advised to work hard. You are advised plus to work hard is infinitive, must be considered. Come to D. You are advised to be work hard. What is extra here? B is extra here, which is not there in the structure. Eliminated. The answer must be option B. Let us discuss the matter. This is a suggestion. Let us is the same as let's. Now, as we discussed, let's is for a suggestion. So this is a suggestion. A suggestion can be in two forms in the passive voice. One is let plus object plus be plus V3, the same as that of an order. The other one is it is suggested that followed by that, followed by should. Only one order is given as the options, and that order is let plus object plus be plus V3. Let us discuss the matter. Come to A. Let the matter be discussed. Let plus object plus B plus V3, correct structure must be considered. Leave it. Come to Bombay. Let the matter, Bombay is eliminated because being is there. C says let the matter was discussed, B is not there, was cannot come, eliminated. Come to option D. Let the matter to be discussed. What is extra here? 2 is extra here, which is not there in the structure, eliminated. The answer must be A. Let the matter be discussed. Let us play together. Again, it is a suggestion. Let us is let's. The second order of suggestion in the passive voice is given as the options. And that order is it is suggested that followed by should. This order is given as the options. Based on that, B is gone. Said is eliminated. Come to option A. It is suggested that we play together. Should is not here in option A. Option A is gone. Come to C. It is suggested that we should play together. It is suggested that followed by should must be considered. Come to Delhi. It is suggested that we will play together. Should is not there, eliminated. The answer must be option C. It is suggested that we should play together.